Yeah, you know what has been surprising is there hasn't been really anything that I wasn't informed about or aware of through the interview process.
Okay.
Yeah, because normally there is, right?
Yeah. I was wondering if you have those moments where you're like, okay, this is really interesting, and maybe you didn't see this coming, but it sounds like you're pretty well versed on what to expect day to day.
Well, that too, but I was so pleasantly surprised about how well built the Mountain West is. The staff is amazing, and it's really been a pleasure stepping into this role. I mean, it's a little intimidating coming behind someone like Craig Thompson, who's been the only commissioner for 25 years.
I love seeing the press conference. I didn't get here today, but I love seeing on the plane out just the way you kind of handled everything and the anxiety of the last few weeks and everything with San Diego State. It had to be a challenge, but it has to be rewarding to know that you're brought in to sort of solve problems, if you will, and things are heading towards resolution.
Yeah, well, and like I said, I'm very pleased with the resolution. The longer we can have San Diego State in the league, the better for the league.
Yeah, so I just want the overall. I mean, it's sort of theme today. It just seems like it's just a general excitement, and that's got to be good. I mean, you're feeling that from the institutions and kind of.
I'm feeling that from our student athletes. Yeah. I'm feeling that from our coaches. They are excited about competing.
Yeah.
We know we're going to be pretty good this year, and so I think you can feel it.
Yeah. So we're based in Colorado, and so we do cover. We can't help but know what's going on in Boulder and sort of the overall excitement. I'm curious, as commissioners, you focus on brands and everything, and I've asked some of the coaches in the surrounding schools, when you have a school like that and CU Boulder getting this much attention, can it elevate the entire region in some ways?
Absolutely. I think, we talk about the conference being an umbrella brand and trying to elevate all the individual, brands in our family, and geographic regions do that. Yeah. Runs to the Final Four. So
right.
So anytime we have a platform like that and can think about ourselves globally, we try to take advantage of it.
That was really amazing, and I was there every step of the way, and that had to just a couple months in, and to see San Diego State do that, it's got to be one of the most memorable sports experiences you've had.
It was certainly special, and those guys, coaches, players, they just it was like the stuff of movies.
I still can't get over some of the shots there. So one game that we cover every year, it's not on the calendar every year, but mostly every year, is Colorado State in Colorado. And I feel like the fans, just of the whole state and even some surrounding areas, just kind of really enjoy those kind of experiences. Is that something that you really want to see continue for as long foreseeable that it can?
Well, and I think that's what's so special about collegiate athletics, right? One, the affinity you have with your alma mater or whatever schools in your geographic region, and then those rivalries, cross town, cross state, cross league. I mean, they're really, really special, and fans get excited about it, and I think that's what's unique about the college sports space.
Yeah, no, I know that game is in particular. You go there and you see families, and half of them are in one set of colors, and the other for other ones, and these are good moments, and I feel like those kind of relationships exist in a Pac-12 Mountain West, up and down the different schools, and so I mean I feel like that relationship has been such a good thing for many years. Nobody wants to see that go away.
Well, and we really, conference office only has control over the conference schedule, but rivalries are super fun. They get everyone excited, and definitely, great platforms.
Yeah. So what do you think of the biggest challenges? Are there certain areas where maybe some of the certain conferences have just built-in advantages, and you have to kind of figure out ways around that as commissioner?
Well, I mean, since time began, we've all had haves and have-nots. There's always been a hierarchy. I think our biggest challenge, to get micro for a minute, is really about name, image, likeness being used for pay-for-play. And I would really people smarter than me are working on this, and I'd really like to see us get our arms around it. And I really like NIL. I think I heard from our student athletes, they are appreciating it, but they too are concerned with how it's being used for pay-for-play.
Yeah, so more like some regulations, maybe just sort of more control over institutions?
Well, Charlie Baker, the new president of the NCAA, has really talked about the need for congressional intervention, not to regulate NIL, I don't think, but really to help level set the different state laws out there so that we can adopt national NCAA policy that then we would need protection from antitrust if we're doing national NCAA policy. So those two things I think are what folks are focused on right now.
And the final thing I know, because it's been the hot topic everywhere, we're a year away now from this 12-team playoff, which to me, I'm so glad it did make the jump from 4 to 12 because I feel like we're going to have the same problems at 6 or 8 that we have right now. And I think when you look at it compared to March Madness, what we saw, about where would they have fit in if the playoff was only 20 teams or something like that at the time. So it feels like we finally have something that's truly inclusive and gives everybody an opportunity if they have the magical year to go somewhere.
Well, and we're celebrating our 25th anniversary, and you definitely can't do that in the Mountain West without talking about Craig Thompson and what one of his legacies is this 12-team expanded playoff. And he really, in the way it's structured, 6 AQs to the best 6 conference champions has really provided a conference like the Mountain West to have a legitimate opportunity to compete at the highest level.
And then just since Valentine's, as you mentioned, the 25th year is certainly a great accomplishment, for the conference and many more years ahead. Are there anything special planned, maybe on site or things throughout the season that we're going to see that logo in other places?
Absolutely. This is step one, logo and rollout, but we'll have celebratory things all throughout the year for sure.